Welcome back to the Sifra channel. Today we'll be making the ultimate Yemeni comfort food. These stewed potatoes go beautifully over some rice. It's the perfect side dish and it heats up really easily. So please make sure to subscribe and let's get started with this recipe. So the first thing we want to do is prep our potatoes. I'm using Yukon Golds. You can use russet, should work just fine, or red potatoes. And make sure you peel them. That's definitely something you don't want to skip. And now I'm just cutting them up into big chunks. We want relatively large pieces so that they don't disintegrate in the second step of cooking. So go ahead and do that for the rest of them, generally trying to keep them close in size. And then next we're going to generously salt a pot of water. Now we're going to boil our potatoes just until they're fork tender, not too soft where they immediately break apart, because like I said, there's still a second step to cooking these. Now we're going to strain our potatoes and use the same pot to saute our onions. Continue sauteing the onions until they are translucent and then start turning golden brown. At this point, we're going to add our garlic and mix that just until it starts getting fragrant. Once you can smell it, now you can add your tomato paste and fresh tomatoes. Now the nice thing about the fresh tomatoes is that they will release a nice amount of moisture, so take advantage and use the end of your wooden spoon or rubber spatula to rub the bottom of the pot where some of the onion bits may have stuck. So we're going to cook down the tomatoes until they're nice and mushy, and then in terms of seasoning, we're going to add some red pepper flakes, completely optional if you want an extra kick, and then I'm adding my favorite Yemeni Hawayij mix. If you don't have this mix, just do some cumin, coriander, and black pepper. That should work perfectly fine. Continue to mix that maybe for 2 to 3 minutes so that the spices are nicely incorporated, and then add your boiled potatoes right back in. So we want to turn the heat down to low and make sure that we're giving the potatoes and tomato mixture time to absorb and meld all of those flavors together. Now, if you feel like your moisture is low, just add some water. This will help it continue to cook, and you want to just do the fork check and kind of determine what texture you want. I personally like it to be very soft, so for me, I'm gonna cover it and let it simmer a bit more. You can also add additional salt if you feel like it needs it. So at this point, I feel like my potatoes are ready. So all I wanna do next is add some fresh parsley, and I'm using a generous amount because I really like that freshness. And just toss those gently because your potatoes will be very soft, and that's it. You can serve this with a bunch of rice. Any type of rice goes beautifully with it. It's also a great side dish. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to comment below and subscribe to my channel, and I hope you stay tuned for our upcoming videos.